I didn't want to lose any of this.
Oh, this. Thank you so much for noticing, Kevin. I'm 90 years old.
You lose your like. Oh, I forgot my cup. Hold on.
Yeah, I lose my glasses, but the worst thing is I usually didn't know where to put them, so I'd push it up into my hair. But then I'd get all my bedhead and gunk on my glasses.
Right.
So this was my resolve. When they're on, it's hilarious. When they're down, it's even more hilarious. It's just like a necklace.
Librarian.
It's a look.
Kristin, let's keep it folksy. What did you go out for Halloween as? Is that grammatically correct? Even saying grammatically. Let's start all the way from the top.
Nope.
Kristin, who did you go out as for Halloween?
I didn't go out trick-or-treating, but I did dress up as the Ted Lasso for a Blue show, the Boo Show at Comedy Sports. I looked really good. That stash, Kev, Jadico showed me how to put it on properly. You have to make this face, the widest face you can make, then put it on. Yeah. Then when you become smaller, it does its thing. But my tip of nose to tip of lip ratio was too small for this mustache.
Did you cut it? You can cut it too.
No, I just put it on and it was like on top of my lip. So I just talked like this for most of the show.
I did a mustache at a parade. Kit and I went to a parade and I dressed as Hulk Hogan. It was in our attic. I filmed a web series eons ago, never opened it, and the adhesive smelled so bad. I know I was getting like a contact high from it. So
did you dress up as two things this year, or was that it?
Yeah, the parade costume is not the official costume. So the parade,
okay.
She just wore a Supergirl outfit. I wore a Hulk Hogan outfit, and then for actual Halloween, she was Cruella.
Yes,
from the Cruella Netflix movie.
Amazing.
And Julie and I were Dalmatians.
It was really cute. I do have a question though. Why in God's name did you not dress up Ducky?
So we bought her a unicorn outfit and she wore it, but begrudgingly. And we bought her a lion mane, which is amazing because she looks just like a lion with it. And that stayed on for about 3 seconds, maybe less.
Did you see my costumes on Coulson? We also had a lion mane. That was his best look.
Yeah. And I think Coulson's going to kill you in your sleep.
It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Remark, where we will be remarking on this past weekend's new countdown to Christmas movies on the Hallmark proper channel and possibly other Hallmark channels. I am your one host, Kristin Finger.
And I am your two host, Kevin Regan. And we are going to talk about those movies real fast before we begin. I had this great surprise that turned out to be much less of a surprise for Kristin. Our dear friend Tara Bennett, who was on the show last year, sent some Hallmark gifts in the mail. But most of what she sent was also SpongeBob stuff and awesome stuff for my daughter. So... Okay. We're going to do an unboxing, and it turned out there were like 2-3 things. The socks, I'll have Tara know, Julie immediately stole.
Oh, no!
There's this lovely card.
Home is where the Hallmark Channel's movies are. Oh.
Right out of the mailbox. And finally, and Chris, I think this is the one that you're really going to... I have this for my coffee. We can share it.
That is so pimp. Like, how do I get one?
You don't. You watch me drink and burn my lip, and you laugh at me because
I love a Tumblr. Oh my God.
I got to tell you, Tara had sent a SpongeBob one for Kit a long time ago, and I took it, I stole it, and it is the best in the world.
Listen, Contigo, if you want to sponsor us, please do, because I live by the Contigo mugs that like can keep it cool.
You're not a Yeti? You're not a Yeti fan? You're more Contigo? That's cool.
I started on Contigo because my mom had one, and she got me and John a set of them for Christmas the one year. She got me a blue one because she thought I could put like a Marvel or Captain America sticker on it.
He's right.
And got him a silver one to put like an Eagles something on it.
Nice.
So thanks, Marge. You got me on the Contigo kick. I have not yet have tried a Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti's pretty good too. But for right up front, I want to plug Tara Bennett and Paul Terry have written this amazing encyclopedia of all things Marvel. It's the entire Marvel universe over, I can't believe how many years it's been. Like, I think back to the beginning of Marvel, and I think it was like 4 years ago.
Right. No, we were different. It was a decade.
Yeah. You have completely shed all of your skin, because every 7 years, let's not get into that. That's just gross. That's gross. We have yet to talk about Hallmark.
Do we talk about the film?
Buy that book.
Yeah.
Let's talk Hallmark movies, Chris.
Let's talk Hallmark. Kev, you always have these really sweet Hallmark descriptions of them, right?
I got it.
First one, Christmas in Harmony?
Christmas in Harmony, starring, and again, sometimes I'm not great with names, so bear with me. These should be pretty easily. We have Ashley Murray, we have Luke James, we have Loretta Devine, we have Michelle Williams, and Basil Wallace. The official Hallmark approved synopsis is Harmony. Oh, by the way. Let me give you the synopsis first. Harmony is tricked into auditioning for the holiday chorus directed by an ex-boyfriend. By Christmas Eve, they could be harmonizing in the key of love. That is not what the plot of this movie is.
That's not what the plot is
Hallmark site.
At all.
No.
That is incorrect Hallmark.
I don't know why. I went to IMDb, which usually just lifts it, and they did for that directly off of Hallmark's website. That's not the plot. So the plot of the movie is that Harmony, basically, and I dug this, she loses her job because it gets downsized because of a huge merger that she basically put together. Yeah. And then she loses her job, which sucks. So she goes home, and upon going home, her mother, Mother Matthews, says, why don't you direct the chorus? Because they need a new director, because the chorus director got hurt in a ski accident. To which the minister is all about it, because he's got some feelings for Mrs. Matthews. Mother Matthews. Mother Matthews. And then, unbeknownst to everybody, somebody else has already been cast in that gig. So you have two music directors.
Now, this is where it gets to the part that I feel as though if I was directing this film, Kevin, I may have taken it a different direction.
Go on, yes.
I'm not quite sure I'd have her carrying 9,000 pies by herself like that.
Are you doing a Lauren Michaels impression? It's perfect, is why I'm asking.
Cast me on Saturday Night Live. I do a Lauren. But I just thought, I get it. Carrying the pies and they would fall. But like she had managed to carry them that far. And then if someone was, if any human being walking up to someone carrying that much stuff, and she's like, are you talking to me? Is something?
Is somebody there? She's got is somebody there?
And then just collision.
Yeah.
Why did they collide? He could see. I don't understand.
Well, he was trying to help. He reached out to try and help. And then at that point, she never broke stride. She was just making a beeline and just...
That moment was too elongated. There were too many cuts on like pies, her, pies, him, pies. And it was just too much.
I believe what they decided to do, Kristin, is put a cut of each pie for every plot in this movie. I have never seen more of a plot stew than what we got in this particular Hallmark film.
Well, Kevin, let's unpack a few. One,
oh God.
the mother and the priest.
Yeah. So
Well,
Right
the
out of
Reverend.
the
I'm
gate.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I was raised annoyingly Catholic, so I assume everyone is just a priest. But
Yeah, the deacon,
this,
I believe she called him.
the deacon.
Yeah.
My bad. So, and ironically, my deacon, Deacon Urbanski at St. Catherine's of Siena in Horsham, Pennsylvania, was also my doctor, Dr. Urbanski, for a very long time. So it was very odd seeing Deacon Urbanski, knowing that Dr. Urbanski knew everything about Kristin. And when they combined, it was like,
You're going to hell.
It was
like you're just going straight to hell.
I was like, when he sees everyone at church, is he like, nah, sore throat?
Yes, yeah. He knows where it originates. He knows who Patient Zero is.
He has IBS. Look out!
Right out of the gate, there's a dead father alert.
Dead father alert.
So that's the more like proper way. We usually say dead dad alert, but we went dead father alert.
Dead father alert. I think it's because it's Mother Matthews. So I assumably he would be Father Matthews.
We'll come back to Father Matthews. Big problem there. Big problem there. Yeah.
Big problem there. I'm not a fan of Father Matthews.
There were so many plots. I didn't even number them. At one point I gave up. I will say this though. It didn't happen. It almost happened. My wife and I got incredibly excited for you, Kristin. Do you know what I'm talking about? When they were hanging ornaments on the tree.
Did we almost have a tree stumble?
We had a ladder, and there was a ladder situation. Completely cleared the ladder fine. They learned from their pie mistakes. They learned there was no danger of gravity taking over. They came down off the ladder. It was totally fine.
So good. It's so good though. I wonder if like they were like, you know what? We've used it too much. Keep using the mistletoe. Just use the mistletoe, guys.
Yeah.
We're out of ladder work. We don't have the coverage for it.
Well, we've talked about it. I know last year we talked about doing a bit of the ladder in every single movie in the IMDb page, and then we were like, that's a lot of work. It's
a lot of work. It's too much. Kevin and I have really great ideas. If anyone actually ever wants to finish them.
That would be fantastic. We will tell you what we want to do, and then you can stop calling us.
The other plot line that was sort of just thrown in there was that this church's location was being sold to a strip mall mogul, and therefore the people of the town that needed their services wouldn't be able to use the location. But then also there was trouble because less people were donating that year. So, Deacon was scared that no one. So there was a lot of church and such going on.
Yeah. Well, but that actually works out because then Michelle Williams, who plays Melody,
Melody,
she's going to come in. She's a big name star. She's going to come in and sing the song that Luke writes. Not Luke. I'm confusing my movies.
Well, that's his. But Luke is the
real name.
Name.
Luke James is the actor. It's Kyle Noah. So Kyle writes the song that Melody is going to come in and sing. And all the tickets, there's a point where we find out there are almost no tickets left. And then Melody can't make it because of a snowstorm. Oh, no.
Also, please don't forget about the other subplot E.5 is they Sister Act 2'd it and they cleaned up the back area of that rec center.
Yeah.
And I literally was so mad that there wasn't like a full-on Sister Act 2 montage of them singing and fixing up this backyard.
Well, speaking of Sister Act, they do the audition for, they need two soloists, a Mary and a Joseph, and everybody is horrible. They're horrible. And then we don't see the people that are quote unquote good, but they get cast. But then ultimately everybody is cast as chorus. And the very first time they sing, it is flat out gorgeous. And I'm like, what the hell happened? Do you guys
literally
poorly?
It's true. They, the only person we got to like hear that maybe had a good voice was the chickie babe who we assumed like Kyle. Yeah. But really we find out, spoiler alert, liked Kyle's brother who played.
That was not a spoiler. Like we knew that was going to come, right?
Sure.
Yeah, that was a spoiler for novice. And that's my biggest problem with this film. This film felt like it was like rookies, like they were looking for the rookie audience, and primarily POC cast, which was excellent, and they were great. The Mother Matthews was without a doubt my favorite character in the whole.
She's been in so much, like not Hallmark. She's wonderful. She's great.
So I went through her IMDb, and she's been in everything you've ever seen.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Going all the way back to like Amen back in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like she may have even been in one of the Sister Acts. Like I feel like.
Yeah, it's possible. It is very possible. So I will say I did like in the very beginning, one of the first phone conversations as Harmony is coming out on her phone, her friend says, I've got some vegan pumpkin pie left. And I was like, all right, representing for the vegans, I'm down. And then no more vegan mentioned again. Mother Matthews pies are not vegan. We know that.
No, Mother Matthews pies are all cow.
Well, and she's got a prune pie, which sounds like the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't think anyone needs a prune pie unless you're backed up.
Then you need a prune pie.
And you need a prune pie. But speaking of the moment she was coming down that stairwell of her apartment, and she's like, vegan pies. Yeah. She almost ran into someone like hitting her with a Christmas tree. Yeah. No one said anything.
Yeah. That was not supposed to happen. Yeah.
That was also an elongated moment. Was someone on set with a Christmas tree and they just ignored it?
I don't think it was a closed set. I just think that somebody was walking by with it and they were just like, keep going, go. We don't have a lot of time. Just go.
Keep going. We can't we can't let those people speak. We have to pay them more if we do.
Yeah, they get a SAG card. Like just some rando on the street automatically becomes SAG eligible. Here was my big problem with this movie. And if you haven't watched it, just turn the volume down because I'm going to give a big spoiler. And I hate this plot. They've done it before. Harmony goes to New York 7 years previous. And Kyle was supposed to meet her at the airport. Kyle never shows up. Harmony stays in New York, does her
surprising.
thing. Her dad dies 2 years later. She does come home for the funeral, I believe, but that's it. And it's kind of like, I got no time for I don't want to go home. We find out. Oh, also she has this snow globe that was from her dad.
Yeah, that's from her dad.
Yeah. So that's stolen valor right there. Dad stolen valor. So basically what and there was something weird. And I was like, Kyle is a good dude. I don't know what happened. It would be weird if like he had somebody die because Mother Matthews would have known that and relayed that to Harmony. And it would have been like,
that's what I thought they were getting at. That they were like, well, he stayed for good reasons. And I was like, what reasons? Who else died?
Here's the reason. Harmony's father, knowing that Harmony is a giver, not a taker, would work very hard to make sure that Kyle's dreams come true. But in doing that, she would never achieve her dreams. So her father convinces her boyfriend to dump her, basically, and not go to New York, and takes the snow globe that Kyle was going to give to her, and he gives it to her.
He is the worst.
Yeah. I think he died of being an a-hole.
I think he died because the mom beat him over the head with something because she was like, you ruined our daughter's life.
That to me, that was almost not almost. It was unsalvageable in that sense. Again, everybody in it I enjoyed, but I had those things and the millions of plots. I was out. This for me on the naughty nice. This got a naughty.
I gave it a naughty as well because when I saw the commercials, I was like, oh, here we go. I was really excited for this one. Yeah. They fooled us with just the description of the movie alone.
Yes. I don't think that Hallmark knows what movie it made because it had so many plots. They're like, well, I guess some of this.
So yeah, I'd give it a naughty. That's not to say I do love the main actress, Ashley Murray. She's on Riverdale and plays one of Josie and the Pussycats. Like he's Josie in like the Riverdale world of it being like Archie comics.
I liked all of them. And, obviously we will come back and speak of Luke James in a little bit at the end of the episode. So stay tuned. I will say that, Kristin, in our segment of Who Would Kristin Finger Play? Do you have any thoughts of who you would play in this film?
I didn't write any particular one down.
Yeah.
But I think there was just like when they were doing the auditions, one of the women had the worst voice.
Yeah. I thought of you. I think my favorite character for you would be when we first see Mother Matthews, and it was nice and actually defined her character. This woman comes up to her when she first comes into church, and she goes, the lights are out, and we don't have enough packages. Should we start wrapping our own? What should we do with it? She asks like this list of questions, like rapid fire, and then Mother Matthews' friend has no time, and she just kind of like stamps it out a bit. And Mother Matthews gets calm and says, she answers every question in order. It was great. And then she says, essentially like, peace, divinity, calm. I don't know.
Are you saying that I would be the woman that asked the questions, or would I be the woman that came and was like, no. Did you bring pie?
Whoa, great question. I think you're the woman that asked the questions, but that pie was an important question.
It was, because that was what the woman came in. She's like, don't ask any questions.
Yeah.
Did you bring pie?
I didn't bring pie, but you know what I did bring? What? Another movie that came out on Saturday night, October 30th. We're still not in the November month.
No, that's why I left this up. We're not quite done yet.
I struck mine. Mine's all gone. I wasn't sure what we were doing tonight.
Strike it.
It's gone. But we had Coyote Creek Christmas. So this is Janelle Parrish, Ryan Pavey, and Azriel. Oh man, what was his last name?
What?
It's the kid that played Noah, the little boy. I don't remember what his last name is. I'm sure it says it down below.
Let's just call him Child A.
I remember it had like a very like scary Omen name, because Azriel is scary enough, and then his last name was like Demon.
As I was just gonna say, Demon.
The official synopsis for this one is: while throwing a Christmas around the world party at her family's inn, an event planner discovers Christmas magic with a charming father-son duo. That sounds creepy. Whose presence brings about tension and joy. That sounds cool. Tension and joy.
I mean, Kev, with this one, we got the classic. You're a really great person, but midway through, I find out you're the one that's selling the inn.
Yeah.
So I am supposed to hate you, but you've never once been mean. No. But they always consider it you've been lying to me.
Yeah. And the thing that drives me crazy, and this is going to be a theme for all of these movies, oddly, the parents were the liars. The parents lied to their daughter. Like,
Kevin, you broke this weekend's Da Vinci Code. Is the parents are liars.
Yeah. At least one is mostly the fathers, in fairness. And this one, mom and dad kind of grouped in together, and they're like, let's really lie to our kid. But so Paige Parker, played by Janelle Parrish, she is this event planner, and she's amazingly good at it, but she also seems very bored at her job. And of course, there's this big promotion, very afterthought. Oh, there's a big, you going to a big promotion?
Why is it always got to be a promotion? Why can't it just be like, it's all, that's just like the easiest thing.
Why can't you just do your job?
Just do your job, okay? Get paid a salary.
Yeah, make that. Oh yeah, it's not a lot, but just,
The entire time I was watching this movie, I was like, why do I know her? Why do I know her?
Holly and Ivy.
Holly and Ivy.
Yeah. You know Ryan Pavey from Timeless Christmas and Christmas at the Plaza. Both letdowns. But he's great in both of them. And
excuse what?
Oh, he's great. You don't think he's great in Timeless Christmas? You're out of your mind. Here comes
my impersonation of Ryan Pavey.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, I love things. Here's a phone, and this is my water. What's that? No.
You're forgetting to do the slow blink he does. It's the best.
Deep voice. He literally
You're not a Pavey fan.
I'm not. I think he is. He is not a good actor. I'm sorry.
It's funny if you type in Ryan Pavey into Google, you will get model. It'll say model.
Yeah, the thing that I think actually he might be better at, I'd like to watch him in like an action movie where he got to be like in the military. I just don't think these roles suit him.
Yeah.
To his demeanor and it's almost like when I watch the dude that was Riley on Buffy do these movies. It's wrong. It doesn't, I didn't mean to say that he's a bad actor. I don't mean to say that to anybody. I really don't. It's just, it didn't, no.
You're talking about Mark Blucas, by the way.
Mark Blucas. Also, we have a visitor.
I like Mark Blucas.
We have a really quick just appearance here. And beep, 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 beep.
Aww. And I felt like you were starting to come around on Ryan Pavey there too at the end, Chris. It's like you're getting wavy on Pavey. I'm just saying. Here's
what's happening, Kevin, is I am very nervous that one of them will finally watch an episode of Remark and I will be bashing them in that episode.
So, you know what? We're not quite through this episode, but this is a great time for me to address a dear friend of mine, Benjamin Ayers.
You guys are bosom buddies.
Listen, not me personally, obviously, but like someone in the Remark Corporation writes our Instagram post. And they might have written something a bit snarky about something like, oh, we have to suffer through another Benjamin Ayers movie or something like that. And Chris and I, in a meeting, had words with that person. They're no longer here. I just want you to know that.
They're no longer here.
They are gone. Yeah. They will not be able to pay their rent. They're gone. They're just out. So, but anyhow, Benjamin Ayers is awesome, and he commented on it, and I, was this big, and I was just like, oh. And I said to him, I said, listen, I'm very jaded, and I use that.
How did he find it? Did you tag him in the post?
So everyone's hashtagged. I don't tag people because I find it obnoxious.
He looks for his hashtags then.
Or the movie, because the movie, there's hashtags. Maybe put his name, maybe put his movie, but he found it and wrote thanks a lot and whatever. And I told him, I said, I'm very jaded, and I use that to pull you in. I said, that said, if you watch our review, we gushed over you. And that's true. You go back to last week and you should.
We really did. He was fantabulous. So
but that said, Ryan Pavey and I are going to hit it off this week, Chris, and he's coming for you.
I'm telling you, Ryan Pavey, I'm sure you audition for more than Hallmark things, but I want to see him play someone in the military.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him play, maybe it's a sports movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Baseball. Yeah. I see him on a team.
Yeah.
Listen, here are the things I liked about this movie. Paige's parents were multi-ethnic, and I really like that. That was I like that that's really become the norm in Hallmark.
Yeah,
that it's not,
it really has, yeah.
That was awesome. I love that. Now, I thought Quinn was her sister. Turns out that's not her sister in the movie. It's a friend of hers that's very, very close to her. And I think she was her sister, and they realized on the set, wouldn't her sister know they were selling the inn? And somebody was like, oh, that's a great idea. Don't make them sisters. Make them, they knew each other forever.
That was her sister.
No, it was not her sister.
That is her sister.
100% not her sister.
That is her sister.
No, it's not. There is a scene in which they actually say it, and she tells Ryan Pavey's character, we grew up together, and her family lives in something. And what? Belgium, and they will be here for the holidays. Yeah.
This isn't fair.
Doesn't watch the movies.
Just because John doesn't watch the movies, but your wife does, it's 2 against 1. It is not fair.
Yeah. She's out.
We're talking about the gorgeous woman with the flowing ombre hair.
Yeah. Love that too, because we've had lesbian characters in Hallmark films and gay characters in Hallmark films, but we've never really seen the relationship
start. Yeah, adorable
moment, and that happened, and it was oh, this is great. So there was a lot of progressiveness in this. Overall, also, we didn't. I so thought we had a dead wife alert coming. We had the rare missing wife alert. Yeah,
missing wife.
It's like a David Copperfield moment. I don't know what happened.
But because of Ryan Pavey's delivery, he's just we don't see her anymore. It's he totally killed her. He murdered her.
And ate her. It was deep. It was dark. Like we said, more lying parents. The parents are selling the inn. They never tell their daughter. Their daughter would have probably taken it over, we find out. In the end, spoiler, she's kind of going to take it over.
Yeah?
It's weird. So,
kind of?
Yeah, so the Bailey Building and Loans, because that was their last name, they buy the inn ultimately, but they're going to allow Paige to run it. They're not going to change it. And that was kind of the sticky wicket throughout the whole movie. But again, why the hell did they sell it? They talk over and over. It's been successful. It's growing in success. It did not make sense to sell it.
Kevin, I have a bit of trivia here for
Go
you.
on. Yeah.
Did you notice that when
Marmot?
the brother Bailey was showing the other brother Bailey what they wanted to redo the inn as, it was exactly the same photo as the movie from last weekend of that Joey No Pants was going to redo the house as.
Yeah.
Same photo. I
Same
think
exact photo?
Hallmark just had one iStock credit and they just used
all you
it
need.
for both movies.
They always use the same aerial shots every town.
Yeah, I mean it's all the same B-roll. Like you'll see the same extras, you'll see the same fake snow.
But what you won't see is another ladder, except you do in this one. There was another ladder, no fall.
They're just toying with me at this point.
That's true. Here's the other thing. What was the marmot about?
The what about?
The marmot. You had to hide the marmot. It was this weird tradition.
That was okay. All right. Okay. We had to learn about Coyote Creek that there also what is a marmot? What is that?
A marmot.
Is it a beaver?
No, it's a marmot. It's almost like a weasel or not a weasel, a ferret.
So this town's tradition was it's almost like in Punxsutawney when they have the groundhog come out, they have this marmot come out, which I did not know was an animal.
Yeah.
I thought they made it up for the movie.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Yeah.
So what they do is, but the moment she meets Ryan Paevey's character, she's like under a tree and she's like, here he is. Who put him under there?
Well, yeah, somewhat. But yeah, the town's tradition is hide this marmot, and then when you find it, you put another piece of
You
Christmas
put something on it, yeah.
And the tradition goes back to when, I forget the name of the guy who first came to the town, he ran all the coyotes out because there were all these coyotes, and when a human came in, coyotes ran away, and the marmots were so grateful, they would bring things and drop it on his porch, and one marmot brought a 12-ounce gold nugget, worth a lot of money. So we know that's going to come back into play, and it does when Pavey Wavy and his wavy gravy hair, that's too many rhymes, gives the deed or what have you. It's basically like, I'm not signing the deal, so therefore you can run the inn, and my brother really agreed.
Because he left like that, the marmon was holding it.
Yeah.
Also, never do this on camera.
No, that's what did you say, Marmon? Do you think that it's like somebody's name? Marmon?
What is what?
Marmot. It's like Kermit,
I told you, Kevin.
Frog.
I thought that this town made up that animal. I did not know.
I'm sure they made up that tradition. That sounds silly.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah, but yeah. So everyone get out there this Christmas and hide your marmots.
Hide your marmons. You know exactly who I'm going to play.
Here's what I think you're going to say, and I'm going to tell you why you're wrong, and it's somebody else. You're going to say Julie, the woman at the inn. Her actual name is Dolores Drake. She's like the innkeeper, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly who I put the maid. I wrote her down as the maid.
I gave her a name. Well, she has a name, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you would think that.
You don't, I was like, the moment she walked in, she was like,
She was great. She was great. But the actual person you would be is George, Mark Antony Massea, who is the cook. And I'll tell you why you would be the cook. Because there's a moment where he and Holly and Ivy, he and Paige are having a discussion, and she warns him that he's sitting on his grill and going to catch on fire. And I was like, Kristin Finger.
When have I ever sat on a grill?
We don't let you around grills because of that. So, Chris, there was another film on this weekend, also Saturday night at 10:01. Just in case you're running behind, that's when they start them. 10:01 on the Hallmark Movies and Mystery Channel. That was a little something called The Christmas Promise. And here to tell us all about it, finally, we tracked them down, Shannon and Aubrey. I don't see them.
Did you call them this week?
I mean, I left a message.
That's not calling.
I mean, I called.
Well, it's It's calling and then leaving.
Literally calling. Like that is
Where could they? Where?
Here's my concern. There's no furniture in these rooms.
No.
Did they move? They're very busy or something. Well, listen, I don't know what to tell you. They're just, but that's okay. I can tell you what the movie was about, Chris.
I actually don't care. Can I wait a minute? Okay, the Christmas Promise. Okay.
Yes.
Here's my guess as to what the mystery of this was, is that someone put a promise in a bottle, threw it in the ocean, washed up on shore.
Yes.
And the person that wrote it was dead, but the person that found it knew the dead person and therefore did their Christmas wish in the bottle.
Well, it was not a Christmas wish; it was a Christmas promise. But
no,
man,
but the wish was that someone would promise to make their wish come true, and their wish was for peace on earth.
No, you were so close to the very end. It was goodwill to men.
How do you like them apples?
So close. So close, very close. You have Tori DeVito, Dylan Bruce, and Patrick Duffy. My mom always says to me, the guy that you say has very hairy eyebrows. He does. It's true.
Patrick Duffy was on Step by Step.
He was indeed. He was also in Dallas. And he was in the Kelly Pickler Christmas Inn thing with our boy Tyler Hynes a few years ago.
Was.
So the official synopsis is Nicole learns to deal with grief with the help of her grandfather and a carpenter she hires to renovate the home that was once meant for her and her fiance. What kind of grief are we talking about? Is it the fiance or is it the fiance? I don't know. But because she's working with her grandfather and not her parents, I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Dead parent alert, dead parent alert. Both are dead, both are dead. She's a childless parent. No, she's a parentless child.
Either way, they both work. I do know this. The character I would have Kristin Finger play is a guy carrying 2x4s. I assume there was one in the movie. Chris, play that guy. Play that guy. What's he sound like?
Oh, look out! Here, no, look at. Oh, hey, I got a 2x4. It's not 4x2, so it's longer than you think.
Rodney Dangerfield playing that role. Awesome. So good.
Hey, I was.
So listen, here's the thing. Shannon and Aubrey are really busy. So if you want to tell us what happened on the Remark, if you want to come on Remark and tell us what happened on the Hallmark movie and mystery film, email us at remarktheshow@gmail.com, and you might be our cheery Christmas correspondent program officer, C3PO for short.
OMG.
Yeah.
I think Kevin starts with C3PO, then works on how it could work, then makes it work.
I wrote Christmas correspondent and I was like, that's 2 C's. Can I get it to 3? And then I started working out. Yeah. And I realized that sound effect was not C3PO. It was R2D2, but I don't care. So there you have it, though. So if somebody out there wants to be that person, hey, come do it. You don't have to do every one, but watch one and then you can tell us and we'll work it out. Have your section right here. And, you know, it's possible that I have the mailbox. It's possible that Aubrey and Shannon have written to us, and
We'll check you, ding dong.
like maybe they sent like.
Why didn't you do that first?
Hey, look, we got a letter to Remark. That's weird though. Remark. Are those
Why are the R's backwards?
I don't know.
It seems satanic.
You think that's satanic?
Whoa, what is that?
Hold on. Let's take a look here. It's a letter. Check this letter out. It says, Dear Hallmark Holiday Hacks. I think
Hacks?
That sounds like a compliment, right? Hacks. Like you get chopping up wood.
Yeah, I've seen hackers. Go ahead, carry on.
Yeah. Shannon and Aubrey are on vacation. And vacation is in quotes. That must mean it's like a really good vacation.
It's a good vacation.
Don't bother looking for them. Why would we if they're on vacation?
I'm not going to bother them on vacation.
Oh, hire someone else. Sincerely, X. We are going to hire. That's a... If I filmed this last week...
Sincerely, Kiss is what that is.
No, that's very nice. And and P.S. Merry Christmas. That's very nice.
That's
very
really
lovely.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, there does seem to be. What do we have?
Yeah, something dropped out, buddy.
So yeah, there appear to be like hair in the envelope that's herbal essence with rose hips.
That's Aubrey's shampoo.
Oh, it's lovely. And that one, Matrix, sleek and straight.
That's Shannon's shampoo. She gets that at Cosmopro for like a great discount.
Oh, well, there you go. There you have it. Mystery solved, I guess. So, cool.
Kevin, I've seen too many episodes of CSI not to begin wondering things.
Well, I'm just going to keep checking our email. So if you want to be the person who watches the movie and tells us what happens, once again, remarktheshow@gmail.com.
Can we get into the final film?
I think it's time. That's why I wore my Hawaiian shirt, baby.
Christmas Sale? Is that right?
This film we had on Halloween night. It was Sunday Halloween at 8 p.m. We have the Katie Sackhoff from such awesome enterprises as Battlestar Galactica and Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
These are the best. I'm going to butcher his name, but deal with it. Patrick Sabugi? That's not even close. But my buddy Patrick, who plays Luke, and I told Kristin, he reminded me of Mark Ruffalo. We'll talk about that. And Terry O'Quinn plays her father, Dennis, from Lost. O'Quinn. And then newcomer Emma Oliver, and I listed her as Hannah Banana because they keep calling her that.
She's Hannah Banana.
It was great. So in this film, when Liz returns home to take care of her estranged father, she is determined to give her daughter a perfect Christmas and reconnects with her best friend, Kristin Finger.
I enjoyed this film.
That's it. Just a little. Just enjoy it. It's fine.
So I just watched it literally before we recorded. I watched half of it, then had a virtual meeting, and then I watched the other half of it. What I did love about it is we had not too many plots. We really we were working with one plot.
Yeah.
But we had not one, but two dead parents. Not of the same parental unit, but of separate parental units.
That's how they bond. Yeah. We have a dead dad and we have a dead mom. We have a son who's doing everything he can to take care of his mom and giving up his own dreams. We have a daughter who wanted to be involved with the father, but the father completely shut down when his wife. So we also have the side dead wife, dead husband, same person. So it's how that works.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
I don't really love boats. So
keep going. We can get through this.
So I was like, okay, are we gonna is it gonna be like a lot of boat talk, or like are we gonna what? I don't know why I don't like boats, because I love the movie One Crazy Summer, and they have that regatta, and I love it. Yeah. I don't think I don't love boats. I think I just don't want to.
Well, I hope you like nautical puns, because there were a ton of them.
Ton of nautical puns. I have that written down. Also, I didn't know that our friend Jason Geist from Chicago was in this, because Luke's best friend looked identical.
He does.
To Jason Geist.
Yeah.
Can we bring up a picture of both of them, please?
Yeah, they are up. Yeah, and they do look a lot alike. It's funny. And also, spoiler alert, his name's Jason McKinnon. And spoiler alert, that is the Kristin Finger character.
Hey, you know it is. You know it is.
That actor is from Firefly Lane, which, if you haven't seen it, is a really fun series. I think it's
really fun.
I'm pretty sure its second season is coming back. And he was also in... last year, he was in A Tree Grows in Colorado. Mm-hmm. He was the treasurer that at first you're supposed to not like him, and then you realize, no, he's a good guy. He's just trying to keep everything on the up and up. And he also he goes on the date with our lead character. I know we're rehashing an old movie, but then he says to her, I'm gay. And then he ends up with the other firefighter in it, and it was an awesome moment.
Loved at the tree lighting, them ending up together. Very cute last year. So I like that performer. Thank you for saying that I would have that role because you are correct.
You would.
And I did like this. And I will tell you also the role in which I want.
Ooh.
It is the kid
Yeah.
who has the best line in the entire movie. Not the daughter, not that kid. This kid gets to say these.
Oh, wait. It was my. Go ahead, but yeah.
That's gotta hurt. Here are your nuts.
Here are your nuts. Yeah. So I did put. Here's your nuts guy or Jason McKinnon's character. So they were. That's so funny.
Kid, I don't even want to take the role from that kid because he did it perfectly.
I give credit to Hallmark for allowing that because
exactly because he didn't. It wasn't just here are your nuts. It was here are your nuts.
And they were playing up this moment where Luke's character, this character is named Luke, was kind of emasculated in like a description with his friend, with the Jason McKinnon, with the Jason Geist character. And so when the kid goes, here are your nuts, it was, I laugh at these Hallmark movies at times, but I don't guffaw, and I busted out laughing at that.
I laughed so hard and just like grabbed my pen and notebook and wrote it down.
Nuts! Yeah, nuts. So good. I really dug. I was a fan of the Gilmore Girls. My wife and I watched it during the pandemic. I'd never watched it before. I really enjoyed it. This had a very Gilmore Girls-esque effect to it. The mother and daughter had a very Lorelai and Rory relationship. Luke was very similar to Luke. It worked for me. I really did enjoy it. I will say, man, the projection on the screen of the sale at the end of the movie, that's a bit of a spoiler, so if you didn't watch it, you don't know what we're talking about anyhow. Why are you watching this if you're not watching these? You watch them anyhow. That moment got to me, man. I was just like, I didn't expect it. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, I literally wrote, so the boats were coming out, right? And we saw one boat and then we saw another boat. And I was like, I am not impressed by these boats.
Me too.
And then they brought their boat out and I was like, I am still not impressed by their boat. I was a little
impressed. It was pretty grand, but I get what you're saying.
But like the thing that made me angry was like, why has no one else ever thought to have the sail up on a fucking sailboat?
Yeah.
Anyway, it literally says boats. I'm not impressed. And then it says, holy crying, the slideshow.
Yeah. So
it was a quick turn for me. It was
even the judge was crying. The one judge. Yeah.
Little one tear. Oh. Who also looked almost identical to my Uncle Ed. And I was like, Uncle Ed, are you?
Would Uncle Ed cry at that moment, you think? Or would he tough through?
Nah, he's stone cold.
It's fine. I get it. Hey, whatever. I'm no Uncle Ed.
I want to go back to two moments at the dance. Okay. So we finally get these characters. Luke never wanted to go to this dance.
Yeah.
And we finally learn at the dance. Why? And it's because he was going to, as a teenager, get up the nerve to tell Chicky Babe what his feelings for her were.
Good old Chicky Babe. Yep.
But then he chickened out.
Yeah.
So Chicky Babe didn't get to hear I love you. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was a really sweet moment when they were dancing. And I was like, ooh, I like it. He leans in and he says, I've always been in love with you.
Well, she makes him because he tells her and she says, what was it you would have said? And then he said it.
I was feeling it. I was getting like, warm and not as stone cold as I usually am. And then they kissed.
Yeah.
The most awkward.
It's Hallmark, dude.
Stupid kiss I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm out.
Well, so was she. Because she's like, I'm going back to Seattle, not because of the kiss, but I got stuff to do. And he's like, but I live on a boat.
But so that was when I was just mad. But then another moment that I literally laughed out loud at.
Yeah.
Was not just here you're nuts, but when they all arrive to the dance and it's like Chicky Babe, Luke, and the dad, and then the
Liz
little girl.
Darling is Chicky Babe's name, but go
Liz.
on.
So Liz, Luke, and dad are standing there after the little girl ran away.
Yeah.
And the dad doesn't say anything and just goes, okay, and just walks away. Yeah. But the delivery of the line, okay, was chef's kiss, and I laughed out loud.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm not going to speak to caliber of people. Although, again, last Sunday we had Jolie Pantoliano. This week we had Terry O'Quinn. Amazing actors in, I don't want to say tertiary roles, but they weren't the lead.
Yeah.
They're not the love interests. And they were both amazing. And, Terry O'Quinn had a few moments with Katie Sackhoff and with the little girl that were so good. And the thing I really dug about this film specifically was, his wife died and he shut down on Christmas, and we've seen that a million times. However, it wasn't this light switch change, which we always see. And it comes within the last 14 minutes before the last commercial break. And it's like, oh, okay, we're doing this again. Instead, it was his granddaughter just being there brought out a little bit more in him, and then they come home one day and the house is decorated. He decorated the house, so he starts to really get into it because of his granddaughter. And then there's a lovely moment where Liz and Dennis is the father's name, have this conversation where he says, I'm sorry it took me so long, and she said, I'm sorry it took me so long, and it was just really nice and a real conversation. It wasn't it wasn't
I don't know, what I did like about that, because they're both good actors.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't that hard of lines, right? It wasn't Hallmark's difficult lines to get out sometimes and sound like a human.
Yeah.
So that was well written. But what I liked even more was when the little girl literally she's actually good, because the kid in the one before this kind of annoyed me.
He was okay. Actually, I'm going to defend him. He was okay. Also, I think he's a demon, so let's not get on his bad side.
But the little girl, when she was like, why don't you want to celebrate Christmas with us? I was like, oh God, that broke me. I was like, oh good God.
How great was it when she says, do you want to put the angel on the tree? And at this point, we've already, as the audience and all the people in the cast too, realize he's kind of come over and he's softened, but he goes, no, but and then he flips his newspaper up and then he quickly puts it back down. You can tell he's kidding. And he picks her up. And even that moment, the whole point of them going to the island is he saved another kid's life that the demon kid from the other movie probably tried to kill, from a Christmas tree, and he's got his arm in a sling, and he's like, I'm fine, I don't need any help. But a love interest of his now on the island calls his daughter, she comes and helps. But in that moment, before he lifts his granddaughter up on the tree, if you noticed it, Katie Sackhoff touches his arm, and he kind of pushes her away, but not in a way, no, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
And I was just like, man, the subtlety of doing stuff like that is that's good direction. It's good acting. It's good instinct.
It is. It's acting instead of just I'm acting in a movie that has to be done in 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Can we talk about the boys?
You're talking about the Hallmark holiday hunk objectification.
That's right. We're going to talk about the sexiness, the swagger, the way people wear pants, the way people have really deep voices, or an average voice that sounds like an actual human. So let's begin with Luke James and our first film from this weekend, Christmas in Harmony. Kevin.
Yeah, the character of Kyle Noah. First of all, I was thinking about Kyle today because he's the type of guy that you met when you were young. Right? Yes. He's the person, he's your friend now, but you met him when you were young. You were all in grade school together. Everyone's awkward and weird. Yes, even him. And then in high school, some things started happening for him. Not for you, but for him. And you're like, oh, he's a good looking dude. And then you get out of high school and you're like, that guy's a stone cold fox. And
dude,
here I am in a Hawaiian shirt on a Christmas show. I'm going through stuff, Chris. I'm going through stuff.
It's fine.
I'm going to give my man an 8.5.
Nice. I like that score. I like that. I also enjoyed his vibe. Oh my goodness. From the start, he was just sarcastic. But here's something that brought him down 0.5. And this isn't really his fault.
Yeah.
It's the writing, but it made me go, oh, he's one of those.
Pies again? You're going back to the pies.
No. I think it's also because I'm really bad at singing that when singers go, well, I think you could do it like this. No, I think we could do it like this. And they had that moment in the hallway. And I was like, ew, that brought me back to like high school with like chorus kids thinking they were amazing. And I was like, ew. So brought it down. So I give him a solid 8.
Okay.
And this also, he was giving me Donald Glover vibes.
Then that should come up to an 8.5 easily. I don't know. You're not a Donald Glover fan? Well,
I love Donald Glover, but it wasn't full on Donald Glover.
Oh, yeah,
like, It was just vibes. Yeah.
Well, can I try something that we've never done in HB3 ever before?
Yes.
H3O, that's it. HB3, what's that? Can I try and convince you to come up a 0.5? And here's why.
Tell me.
I agree with what you're saying, but you could tell when he sung, he did that on set. He was doing that on set. When they had that moment where Ashley Murray was singing, or allegedly singing, it was clearly from a studio. Like, it was studio, there were a lot of effects on it. He sung in the moment, she sung with a lot of manipulation. Can I not give my dear friend a 0.5?
I'll give him an 8.25.
I thought you were going to go like 8.7 because you're terrible at decimals. I don't mind an 8.27 or whatever you want to call it. You know why? Because it's easier this year. I'm not doing full mistletoes. What a great decision. All right, let's just do it. You're not a fan. I am a fan. I'm going to give Ryan Pavey a solid 7.
No, I'm giving him a 4.
What? Come on. You're out of your gourd.
There was not a moment where any of my sexual organs or anything fluttered. Never, not once. The only thing that gave him that 4 is that he has a little bit of gray in his hair.
Yeah. All right. Well, try harder, I guess. You are something else, Miss Finger. All right. Though we didn't watch it, we can always look at pictures. Dylan Bruce. What are we thinking? Dylan Bruce from the...
I don't even know what he looks like.
Oh, look him up. You go ahead and look him up.
Let me look him up. Dylan Bruce. Oh.
Hey, what do you think The Bruce is? Is that a title? Like Robert the Bruce? Is it a title or... It's a weird thing to have as a title because Bruce Springsteen is the boss. He didn't even go with the Bruce sort of title. So
all right, I am going directly off some pictures on the Google.
Go ahead.
And I'm
this is the truest form of objectification.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know what this man looked like in the movie.
Yeah.
But if he had this 5 o'clock shadow happening with this jawline and that smile, I'm giving him an 8.
Whoa, what the hell? Let me see. Show that picture. Just hold it up to your screen. We'll do it this way. Which one are we looking at?
Look at this smile. Look at this shirtless.
I'm afraid of what's going to show up.
Look at this smile. Look at, he's wearing a shirt. Look at this shirt.
Are these the same person?
I don't know.
He's flexing with that. You know what? That flex one lost it for me. 6. Boom. No, you know what? Take this finger. 3.9.
Yo!
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. All right, and finally, our last movie. I'm not going to say his name right. You want to take a shot at it? Patrick Sobagui?
I don't. I just like hearing you try.
So I've got the spelling there. You say it. You try and email us what you think it is.
Yeah, please spell it phonetically for us.
Yeah. I feel like he has a Mark Ruffalo feel to him. It kind of reminded me, don't give me that head shake. It reminded me.
It wasn't a head shake. It was a yeah.
It was not. You were like.
No, I went, yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes. Roll the film back.
I feel like he has a Mark Ruffalo feel to him. It kind of reminded me, don't give me that head shake. Yeah, bull crap. I call bull crap. Anyways, jeez. I'm going to give Ruffalo Light. I'm going to give him, what did I do? My high number was 8.5. I'm going to go 8.7 on this one.
Yowza. Yeah, I'm going to give him a Mark Ruffalo medium, to be honest, because I think he has a lot of the same charm as the Mark Ruffalo does.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that there's some natural hair under there as well.
Second week in a row. We're talking.
And I think something that that this is going to sound awful, but he's not like the dudes that Hallmark, like he's not Ryan Pavey, like, oh, I really work out a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, he's just like really hot and sexy in his normal state. Yeah. And they not that he's not heavy at all. But he's not a beefcake. And I love that.
You remember when Liz came off the boat and saw him and she said, you look healthy. And he looked down at himself and he was like, yeah, you're right. It was great.
So he looks healthy. Yeah. I think I like his hair. It's curly and it's like, I like it.
Yeah.
I give him an 8.7 as well.
Oh, high watermark. Nice work.
Yeah.
There you have it.
I want to take down the guy that I looked up on IMDb. Can you put him at like a 6.9?
Yeah, I can. Not real sure why you made the face. All right. So, and I should point out, even though we're done talking about it, the Christmas sale, Father did not sell the boat, though he said he did. One more lie for the dads.
I'm telling you, man, parents lie at Christmas.
Yep. Yeah. No, you don't have to.
That's it. Oh, I would give this a nice. I would watch this again.
Absolutely. I gave it a very nice, I believe. Me too.
Well, very nice.
Yeah. Did we even rate Coyote Crossing? That's not what it's called. Coyote Christmas. I give that one a nice as well. I don't think you liked it. I liked it.
I didn't. I don't need to ever watch that again.
Okay. So it's a not. That's a not. It's not even a naughty. It's a not.
Not even a naughty.
Not. Yeah. Kristin Finger, we did it. Yay.
We did it. What a great recap.
Yes. And we will be recapping more movies that are coming out this weekend. We have on November 5th, Friday, that's somebody's birthday, by the way, we have The Gingerbread Miracle.
I can't wait.
Then we have on Saturday night, we have Next Stop Christmas. That has Leah Thompson and Christopher Lloyd from the Back to the Future fame. Saturday at 10, you could review Debbie McCumber's A Mrs. Miracle Christmas. So all you have to do, once again, is email us at remarktheshow@gmail.com. Tell us you want to do it. We will work it out.
Kevin, they can write the review or they can film themselves, correct?
Either way, yeah. If they don't want to, if they're not comfortable on camera, sure, you could write something up. And
we'll read it out.
Yeah. And if you're like, you want someone, a famous person to read it, we'll work that out too. You are producing that whole segment. You just let us know. Try not to make it 15 minutes. And finally, on Sunday next week, we have A Christmas Treasure, Jordan Sparks and Michael Xavier. Listen, here's the thing, Kristin. This is the synopsis I have to read because it's basically what you said before. After opening a 100-year-old time capsule and meeting a charming chef, Lou questions whether or not she should move to New York after Christmas and further her writing career. I hope that 20-year-old time capsule releases like a zombie curse.
Why can't we have a zombie Christmas movie? I just want one.
There have been. There was one. There was one like 2 years ago. Yeah.
I just want more.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, these sound great. I'm pumped.
Hey, I got another idea.
What's that?
It's the season to buy stuff or steal stuff or however you obtain stuff. Wouldn't you like to have a scarf of Elf?
Oh my goodness.
Would you like that? Because I would like it. I've got many of these to give away. So we will give away these. And we are going to have trivia questions. And I have one about Elf. Kristin, do not answer this question because then you would get the scarf and I will give you one anyhow. So I don't remember where I got these scarves. I found a whole bunch of them. So you will send the answer to remarktheshow@gmail.com. The first correct answer I get will win this scarf. We will mail it to you. Here's the question. Buddy the Elf told Deborah that she was so pretty that she could be on one of these. What is the answer? Type it away. Send it to us. I know you know, Kristin. And you will win this lovely, lovely scarf that is not incredibly warm. You'll need a heavier scarf if it gets really cold. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wow, Kev, that's a fun giveaway. Should I, do you want the rest of my peanut butter whiskey?
I do.
Somebody.
Yeah. So that's it. We will be back next week. You can like and subscribe to this episode, to this page. Tell friends about it. Kristin Finger, what would you like to plug?
I want everyone to come see comedy sports.
I do too.
I want everyone to take comedy sports classes.
I do too.
And I also want everyone to have a great day.
Oh, very nice. Plug in the great day. I too want everyone to go see comedy sports. You can buy tickets for comedy sports shows that are at 7:30 on Saturdays. There are a lot of fun comedy sports shows throughout the holidays as well. Christmas Town is one of them. I don't know if it's officially affiliated, but I know that Comedy Sports is producing. We're doing a role play Comedy Sports, which is like a D&D, a role play Christmas rather. Christmas is Comedy Sports, and Comedy Sports is Christmas to me.
It's the same thing.
But you can get tickets at csctix.com for all of those endeavors. You can see Chris live. Eventually, you can see me live. And so many amazing performers in the Philadelphia area. And if you are watching this and you're not in Philadelphia, guess what? There are Comedy Sports franchises. That's not what they call them, though, Chris.
We're not allowed to. Technically, we're not a franchise. There's just a bunch of cities that also have a Comedy Sports.
There are other Comedy Sports throughout the country. So if you're in Boston, if you're in New York, if you're in Los Angeles, look around. If you're in Manchester, happy Christmas to you.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Yep. So that's it. And tell us what you think. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't. And
tell us everything you hate about us at remarktheshow@gmail.com. Happy Christmas, Kevin.
Oh, I thought we were doing a freeze and then you took it away.